All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm going to be your play-by-play caster, Turney Ernie, and alongside me tonight is Wolf Alone.
Hello.
And for the final matchup this evening, we have the Bears going against the Outlaws. Should be a really good matchup, but first, we have a little bit of a map intro on Salty Shores Night. All right, as game one is just about to get underway between the Bears in the blue and the Outlaws in the crimson. Hershey's going to play it into the far corner. Retro's going to stop and attack. Now Mr. T is going to cross it to the other field. Looks like Brokarian is going to try to get that upfield. Hershey reads the bounce, and it's back into the blue half. 15 seconds in. No shots on net, but a lot of pressure for the Outlaws. Mr. T, pass one. Gets the center. Nothing doing so far.
A lot of pressure coming in from the Outlaws here as a demo there by Hershey onto Retro. And now it's going to be Hershey trying to push this ball out in the middle. But Bears defense staying on strong and continuing as that ball gets cleared away and it's once again back out to Hershey.
Oh, Hershey popped it up, but he's going to backflip, get the shot off the back wall, but Mr. T is not there. Oh, and he attacks, and Retro's going to have a free shot. And he's going to open up the scoring for the Bears.
And Retro with a great pop there, going it all the way, and a late challenge there coming out from Mr. T. And Retro Devil will find the back of the net there and open up the scoring for the Bears for this season with just 4 minutes remaining here in game number one.
A lot of back and forth so far in this first minute. A lot of pressure from the Outlaws. Now Brokarian's going to put another shot on target, and he gets that one to go in. Far side, top cheddar, and the Bears are really showing their teeth early here.
And Mr. T just very hesitant about challenging, especially when Hershey was going for that demo, but great ball control and car control coming out from Brokarian as he is able to keep that ball on the top of his car and then gets that flick into the net. So Outlaws definitely have their work set out for them as Mr. T picks up a save, but it is going to be coming down to, can the Outlaws stop this quick attack? Here's a chance now for Mr. T.
Ooh.
Just out wide.
Mr. T had an open net to shoot at, as I believe it was Retro who was stuck in the the red half. Now Retro Devil in the corner, pinches it past Mr. T. And now Hershey's going the other way with it. Brokarian will stop at the midfield. Back in the red corner we go. Hershey pinches it back out. Ping pong again here in game one between the Bears and the Outlaws of the Academy League. T plays it over one. Hits it off the post. That could have been a great chance for Mr. T.
Mr. T, a great chance there, almost getting the Outlaws' first goal of the season. Unfortunately, just out and wide. I feel like he should have maybe tried to follow that up a little bit, and that's a bit of hesitation, and Retro Devil will punish.
Retro Devil gonna capitalize off the hesitation from the defense. It's now 3-0 for the Bears as they've come out swinging here in game one. The Outlaws seem to be really caught off guard.
And a little bit of first game jitters could be what's being shown here by the Outlaws, and hopefully they can pick that up. I know Hershey to be a very strong player here. And now it is going to be another shot by Retro Devil, but Mr. T picking up a savior just as we cross halftime.
Hershey being the Foundation League champion last season for the Outlaws, moving up to the Academy League. Going to be interesting to see how he will perform. As he gets it past two, this is an open net. Where's Mr. T? He's absolutely nowhere, as that could have been the chance for the Outlaws.
Unfortunately, Mr. T was already turned back for that, looking to try and wait for the perfect moment Fortunately, that perfect moment happened when he least expected it. But here's another chance for Mr. T, a shot on net, but easily saved away by Brokarian. And the Bears once again on attack, but met by Hershey.
Hershey in the 1v1. Can't get it past Retro, but Mr. T is going to put it top shelf. And the Outlaws are back within one. Or excuse me, back within two.
And Hershey does a great job of making sure that Retro was able to place that ball out towards the middle there, as Mr. T just finds the perfect shot there over Brokarian, finds the back of the net. First goal for the Outlaws, and a bit of momentum here for the rest of game one as they look to try and come back from this 2-goal deficit.
They're down by 2, and there's still plenty of time for them to tie it up here. As Hershey's going to get a shot. It's going to play it high off the back wall. Mr. T beats out Retro, but it's going to be off target. Brokarian picks it up in the midfield. As a pinch is going to come out. Brokarian plays it over both defenders. What a team play from the Bears.
And a good little pass there from Brokarian to Retro Devil. And Brokarian just bumps him out of the way and says, I've got this. Let me just go up for it. Beats out both of the Outlaws defenders. And that will be a 4-1 lead in favor of the Bears here in game number 1.
As the Bears extend their lead back to 3 with 60 seconds to go. The Outlaws really need to just kind of get it together. Hershey way downfield leaves Mr. T in an extended 2v1. Not what you want to see for the defense. Hershey gonna get bumped off the ball. No, Retro. Gonna put shot just wide. Can't get the follow-up. 35 seconds to go. Demo onto Hershey. An unfortunate respawn there. Hershey in a really poor position. Now the Bears are gonna have to regroup. T puts a shot on net. And Retro with the stop.
Right now, it seems like the Outlaws here, with 16 seconds remaining, are just trying to force it too much or are just hesitating too much. And as a result, the Bears able to take advantage of it, and with just 6 seconds remaining, not enough time to be able to tie this game back up. Bears will take game number 1 4-2-1, as Hershey will just let it kill.
And in the end, Bears take it. And they had such an explosive offense there in the beginning. And it really carried them through this game 1. As for the Outlaws, 5 saves from Mr. T. He was showing up on defense. He got that lone goal for the Outlaws. But for Hershey, I know him as such a prolific offensive player. He's got to show up in this series. It's league play time. This isn't preseason scrims. This is the real deal. He's got to figure it out here in the rest of this series.
And it really comes down to, for Hershey, just being able to find those right touches. The Bears really quick to pressure there. 9 shots to 4, all 4 coming from Mr. T for the Outlaws. And it's going to come down to, can Hershey be able to show exactly what he did last season? And especially now that he's since gotten better after winning the championship for the Outlaws, it now comes down to, what can he do for the Outlaws here in Academy, as Bears starting off very strong there. 4 goals in game number 1. Gets their first game win of the season.
As we wait for game 2 to get underway here. Waiting for the players to join in.
And the Bears coming out very strong and very much controlled most of the offensive portion of that game. I'd like to see the Outlaws try and string some passes together, or even just keep the ball out of their own defensive half here, as Brokarian tries to go for a quick shot and cannot find it.
This shot from Retro is going to bounce off the ceiling down to Mr. T. And his shot's going to get pinched away over to Retro. Bears again have possession. Now Hershey's going to try to go the other way with it, but this midfield defense from the Bears is just impenetrable at the moment. Hershey can't get the touch. He needs to get this touch, and he does. Double commit there. Retro doesn't have boost, gets the bump onto Mr. T, and that saves the early goal for the Bears.
And unfortunate in that double commit. Had that not happened, it could have been an easy goal, but Hershey doing the Bears dirty, sets himself up for a self double tap close to the net, and buries it in, and Outlaws have their first lead of the season.
Hershey must have heard me there in the intermission, finally stepping it up here in game 2. 51 seconds down, Outlaws with the lead. Brokarian's gonna put a shot on net. Hershey grabs boost, and Brokarian's gonna say thank you very much. As Hershey just kind of was out of position that entire play, and the Bears back in it.
And Hershey looked like he was going for a little bit of a fake challenge. Unfortunately, Brokarian just doesn't care about the fake challenge and puts the shot on towards net and catches Hershey all on his lonesome in the corner. But now it is going to be all tied up here in game number 2. Mr. T on the wall trying to read the ball. Unfortunately, will rotate back here. But now it is Bears once again on the midfield pressure, but Hershey going for that double demo, misses out, and Retro will punish for it.
Hershey, known also a very aggressive player with the bumps, and it's going to end up costing him as the bumps put him out of position. And now Retro gets a goal of his own. The shots are now 5-1 for the Bears.
Hershey just needed to get a touch onto Retro. Unfortunately, could not find it. And as a result, Bears now up with 2 quick goals. That's a shot towards net, but it will get saved by Retro. And now it's just going to be on to Mr. T.
Ooh. Mr. T had a chance there. Now both players from the Outlaws need to rotate back. Hershey going to try to cut rotation, but Retro's just going to plow through him. Bears on the transition now onto defense. T centers it. Can Hershey get there? He does, but Brokarian's there for the stop. 3 minutes to go. Outlaws need 1 to tie up the game. Maybe force OT to tie the series. Hershey's gonna put a shot on net, but it's soft. Brokarian with the late touch. Sets it aside. As that was probably the Outlaws' best chance so far to tie this game up.
And Outlaws so close yet so far, many of their chances so far in this game. And unfortunately for them, just not able to do it. Mr. T finds the touch off the corner and off the backboard and finds the back of the net.
Mr. T says he doesn't need Hershey, he just needs that backboard. Beats out both defenders. What a play from Mr. T.
And just a great job playing out there from Mr. T, trying to step up for this Outlaws team as Hershey now off the kickoff. What a nice, easy save. And the Outlaws definitely seem a lot more aggressive here in this game, and it's showing. The Bears seem to be a little off on defense at times.
The Bears seem to be off on defense, and the Outlaws seem to be off on offense at times, as Mr. T had a nice opportunity there. Puts it wide. Now Hershey's going to try to put a shot on of his own. Gets to center. Is T there? He decides to back off and respect the defense. Retro's going to get a dunk through T, but he can't get it past him on the second attempt.
And that was risky for Mr. T to turn back on that challenge.
Very risky.
That could have been easily the go-ahead goal, but Hershey now off the back wall.
Oh, T can't get that shot to drop, puts it wide. As with 90 seconds to go, it's tied 2-2 between the Bears and the Outlaws. Oh, what a dunk from Mr. T!
And that is all set up by Hershey just bullying Retro Devil away from the ball, forces the double commit out of the Bears, and Mr. T just able to keep that ball close and follow it up. And what a play coming out from the Outlaws.
Outlaws in the lead here in game 2. How will they play in the lead? Will they turtle up on defense? Or will they continue with the offensive pressure We're gonna have a minute to find out. Hershey going for the bump.
I think we have our answer there.
We have our answer after that.
And it's always a good idea to never let off the gas, especially with how strong the Bears have been, especially in Game 1.
I agree.
An unfortunate mistouch there by Mr. T.
This is ball's gonna pop down. Mr. T's there. He's just gonna play it into the corner. Hershey's gonna challenge. Or excuse me, Retro's gonna challenge. Gets it downfield, but can't get an opportunity to take it away from Mr. T. 30 seconds to go. Bears need to find one to avoid dropping the game here in week 1.
And the Outlaws looking to win their first game of the season. A great touch out to the side by Mr. T there. And right now, it's going to come down to who can try and control this ball more. Outlaws are doing a great job of not only controlling the ball, but controlling the time. Hershey's not pushing that ball, forcing Brokarian to push it. And as a result, Mr. T finds the back of the net. What an absolute mind game from Hershey.
Hershey with the 200 IQ play. And then Mr. T with the dagger put his team up by 2. Outlaws are going to take it.
And what a play from Hershey there. And they knew all they had to do was waste time, and that's exactly what they did. And as a result, Outlaws take game number 2, tie up the series here at 1-1. And what a game. And Hershey really... It was still Mr. T very much so there on the offense, but Hershey was supplementing it so well.
Absolutely. And for the Outlaws, what really worked well for them was just controlling the pace of the game, controlling the ball. You never really saw them clear it downfield a bunch. You try to just keep it close to them as they push their way into the blue half. And as for the Bears, I feel like they didn't do anything wrong. They just got caught out on a couple occasions, and the Outlaws capitalized where the Outlaws didn't capitalize in game 1. And on to game 3.
And it was definitely the capitalization that was really needed coming from the Outlaws. The Bears seemed to hesitate a lot on defense, especially when they were getting pressured time after time after time. And by the end of the game, the Outlaws were just forcing the Bears into mistakes, especially on that last goal with the pass from Hershey to Mr. T. And if the Outlaws can continue to do that, they will do very well in this series, in my opinion. And the Bears just try not to panic as much and just do what you did in game 1, which was control the flow and control the ball. It's really between these two teams. Whoever controls it, controls the ball, controls the game.
And controls their destiny for this series. As I'm going to kind of watch the Bears a little more closely to see how they're going to respond. But Hershey's going to be aggressive here right off the kickoff. Stealing the boost, going to rotate out. No, Retro going to try to center. I don't think Brokarian's there. He's not. Mr. T's going to pick it up. Goes for the ceiling shot. Brokarian plays it downfield. Going to give Hershey plenty of time to challenge and move the ball away from his net.
Right now, it's just very much back and forth these first 30 seconds. But as I say that, Retro double with a cheeky touch off the corner here, and it finds its way into the nets.
Hershey might want to get your eyes checked after that one, as that was a bad whiff on his part, and the Bears find themselves up by 1. Brokarian over 1. Retro fakes the other. Puts the shot high. Oh, what a save from Mr. T. And another
Mr. T once again off the sidebar. What a save. And Mr. T very much looking to keep his team in the game, and now with the dribble, but Brokarian breaks it up.
Mr. T keeping his team alive. As Brokarian's gonna put a shot on net. Hershey, I think, went to go grab boost. And again, that's the second time this series he's gonna get caught off guard.
And Hershey just caught off guard there, was rotating into the back post. Unfortunately, that ball got placed into the near post. by Brokarian, and that's a 2-0 lead. Here's a
Oh no!
off the chance from Brokarian. He wins it clean and finds the back of the net.
We're gonna see what happens here. Oh,
Yeah.
T just got no contact.
Mr. T ends up getting dunked off the kickoff there. A great kickoff coming out from Brokarian, and great momentum from the Bears here in game number 3.
Great momentum, absolutely, as it's almost a repeat of game 1. The Outlaws just haven't been able to respond to this Bears offense. Oh! Hershey trying to go for the redirect, ends up putting it just wide. Mr. T challenges a little early. Hershey almost own goals.
And the Outlaws playing a little rush now, just like the Bears were in game number 2. And that's a ball off the backboard, and Mr. T, unfortunate with the own goal. And that is a hat trick for Brokarian, but an unfortunate touch there from Mr. T for the Outlaws.
I guess you could still say Brokarian went barge south on it. It still goes in off the crossbar.
Just a little help from the other team.
Just a little help.
And another kickoff goal chance here, but it's just wide. But the follow-up coming from the Bears, no. Mr. T is able to take control of this.
The Outlaws are really struggling right now, as they're down by 4, not even halfway through game 3. Mr. T can't get the touch. It's all down to Hershey, and he gets the stop.
What I'm noticing a lot from the Outlaws is their boost management and where they are in position to the ball up on the field. Hershey so many times receives a pass from Mr. T, but unfortunately has no boost to get it, and that's a great chance there from the two. And both had the boost to get to that one there. It's 4-1, and Outlaws get their first goal of game number 3.
Retro kind of decided to not challenge that first shot there from Mr. T. Ended up putting them in a bad position as Hershey was going to clean up. As now the Outlaws are down by 3. It's a long road ahead, but they still have a chance. Don't count them out. Hershey, what an infield pass. The 1-2 play from the Outlaws.
And Mr. T doing a great job reading this ball off the backboard and getting the pass out to Hershey so Brokarian can't get to it quick. And Hershey just getting it past Brokarian, and as a result, finds the right side of that net. And what was a 4-goal deficit only 15 seconds ago is now a 2-goal deficit, and 2 minutes remaining. Very much doable by the Outlaws, and they're playing a lot more confident. Now, here's Mr. T with a chance, but gets blocked away.
Oh, Hershey, dangerous whip there. T's not back. Where is Brokarian on that play? He had a wide open net to shoot at. Dangerous challenge from Mr. T. Didn't make contact as a double commit comes out from the Outlaws again. The Outlaws are really pushing, but they need to settle down and stay composed.
And stay composed indeed, and that's a great booming clear from Retro. That's a double miss by both. Unfortunately for the Outlaws, it does not go in, but Retro gets a good bump on Mr. T, and as a result, not able to find the touch, and it's going to be Bears with possession once again.
Retro plays it off the sidewall, decides to back off on it. And Brokarian's going to get the stop. Hershey! Oh my god, he missed! Brokarian, I thought he had that. Now the ball's going the other way. Can Hershey get a touch? He does. But Brokarian's there for the stop. As it's just a potato fest from both teams. As they can't put the open net in. As again.
Hershey got the bump and the demo, and Mr. T just misses out wide. Almost own goals. Please no.
The pool shot coming out from the Bears.
But this leaves them in an exposed position. Thankfully, Brokarian's able to turn on that. But both teams just looking very awkward on defense right now. And no one's able to find the touch on offense. But right now, it's Mr. T off the sidewall. He's got a touch. He's got another. But that is saved away by Retro. But a double commit. Hershey, thankfully, is not in the right position to capitalize. But both teams looking so scrappy.
10 seconds to go. the Outlaws, after their 2-goal spurt,
Oh, please. Thank you.
and it's gonna be too little, too late. Maybe if the Outlaws don't tie it up, you have to follow, chat. So,
and what it comes down to is for this is the kickoff gets killed here, but the Outlaws, so many times they would turn away from the ball when they really should be going at it. As a result, Bears got a lot more pressure in game number 3, and it was only a 1-goal game. Yes, the last goal for the Outlaws came with 2 seconds remaining, but still, they had so many more chances before that. Very even on the stats-wise, 4 goals, 2 assists for the Bears, 3 goals, 3 assists. So all assisted for the Outlaws. They're definitely looking for each other. It's just sometimes they turn back too early.
The Outlaws are giving too much respect to the Bears, I feel like. And also for the Outlaws, their rotations are just a little too wide, I guess you could say, long, open.
The Outlaws' rotations definitely seem to be very wide. And even for the Bears, sometimes they'll turn back and play hesitant.
Mm-hmm. And so I think for the Outlaws, they just need to tighten it up just a little. And so they can keep that offensive pressure going and get in the Bears' way.
Mm-hmm. And really, I feel like as soon as one team continues to just stop the all hesitation that happens, that team will do so much better here as the series progresses. If Hershey and Mr. T can stop hesitating on those offensive chances, or even just those defensive chances where they turn away and let the Bears take control, that's really what could cost them early on. But as well as the fact that they need to just keep the pressure going against this team. And here's Mr. T with a chance off the kickoff. But now it is going to be dropping down to Hershey. Chance just wide.
As I think for both teams, it's really going to come down to who can tighten up the rotations first and keep that offensive pressure. Mr. T is going to go up for it here, beats out one. But Retro's there for the stop, going to play it far side. Hershey overshoots it. Retro gets the flick, it's going to be wide. Mr. T is going to play it to the corner. 30 seconds in, and both teams have gone back and forth. Hershey commits early here. Gets saved by the post.
And very fortunate to not be punished by going into no man's land here. And here's Hershey now, but gets blocked by Brokarian and taken away by Retro. So both teams getting very close chances, unfortunate to not capitalize on them. But now it is the Outlaws on the attack once more. And Mr. T is up. Cannot find the angle though, and it's going to be Hershey to follow up.
Mr. T waiting out the defense. Oh, he gets a poor touch. Beats out Brokarian, but Retro is there to pick it up. Another great flick from him. Mr. T gets there. What a stop from him.
And great patience there shown out by Mr. T to get that save and then the clear. And it's really going to be coming down to here, Hershey once again low on boost, caught out, and Retro will take control of it and just push the ball out and away.
Because we're going to see what happens here. Oh, Retro just has all the space in the world. Mr. T just caught a little too far out in net. If he was more on the goal line, he would have had a better chance to stop it. Hershey gets demoed, still gets the touch. Mr. T plays it forward. Where's Hershey on the challenge? Retro doesn't get the touch. Hershey with the shot. Oh no, and he roofs it. Oh, no way, Hershey.
The sidewall, but what a save from Brokarian, able to get up in time.
Ooh. Brokarian dangles one, flicks the other, but again, Mr. T with the stop. Oh no, dangerous touch there from Mr. T. Hershey's there to bail him out. The Outlaws really seem to be panicking here.
And that's a great passing play. Hershey just misses out on the demo. And this could be a transition, but that ball is placed out into the corner. And the pair is not able to take advantage of that transition. And now it's going to be on to the Outlaws on offense once again, trying to find this tying goal here in game number 4.
The Outlaws really need to find something else on offense because trying to wrap it around the back side, around the corner, just hasn't worked out for them all series long. As Retro's just kind of toying with them at the moment, double commit. And Hershey's going to put that one in, tie it up. Back-to-back whiffs for the Bears. And that's going to cost them.
An unfortunate touch there coming from Retro Devils perfectly sets up Mr. T for the pass off the back wall. Rokarian not able to read it, and Hershey places that into the favored right side. And all tied up here with 99 seconds remaining. And now it is going to be Mr. T on the ball for the Outlaws.
90 seconds to go. Outlaws get the equalizer, as we've seen multiple times this series. Retro's gonna center. And Mr. T doesn't put a shot on target. Hershey again goes for the bump, but Retro's there for the stop. Hershey seems to be going for those bumps all series long.
And if at some point when you realize that they aren't working, you need to try to set up for a pass potentially, or do it when they're not expecting it. Take a break from it for a game, and Hershey with another great chance, but another great save coming from the Bears defense.
I agree with that statement. The Bears are probably expecting Hershey to go for the bumps.
Oh!
And Hershey, excuse me?
And Hershey just does a great job reading this ball off the sidewall. Doesn't even have to jump, just keeps on driving. That's perfect top corner. And that's Retro Devil not able to find the read. And 2-1 lead here for the Outlaws here in game number 4. Looking to try and push this to decide in game 5 who will win the series.
Don't look now, but Hershey has 6 shots for the Outlaws. As
Hershey.
he gets... Go ahead.
And Hershey very much stepping up to be that offensive player that you and I both talked about that we know he can be. And it's looking to pay off huge here. But it's also the support, and here's another chance for Hershey, playing it off the back wall for his teammate. Mr. T backed off, and as a result, that ball gets cleared away.
As that could cost it. Oh my God! I thought they had it. I was so ready to shout cast. But in the end, the Outlaws force in a series deciding game 5.
And Retro Devil, once again, outstanding on those dribbles. Unfortunately, put that ball wide, but in the end, Mr. T should have been able to put that ball away if he had stayed where he was instead of turning back. I get play safe, but in the end, it almost cost you and the series here to potentially get it all tied up. But as it is, Outlaws take game number 4, push it to the decisive game number 5, and it's very much back and forth between these two teams of who's aggressive and who's not.
And I feel like for the Outlaws, the entire series for them, Hershey has been going for the demos. So I feel like if they really want to catch the Bears off guard, maybe have Mr. T go for some demos where they won't be expecting it from him. As
Hershey is very much a very aggressive player, reminiscent almost of DK, of how he was when he was in ACAD himself.
Absolutely. As
So
here we go.
Maybe try to fake it up. At this point, I feel like the Bears will just jump at anything if you try to go for the demo. Just go for the demo, and then at the couple seconds before, when you see them jump, just turn away, try to receive the pass.
And even if they do jump, that could be enough to get the defender out of position, which could lead to a goal. As we're going to get underway here with game 5 The series is tied 2-2. And this is going to be the decider between the Bears and the Outlaws. All 4 players in the box in the Outlaws box as Hershey's going to break away here. Can't get the touch past Retro. 30 seconds gone, and both teams are kind of playing it like overtime here, as they don't want to give up that first goal.
And it very much could be a game of momentum. Whoever gets that first goal is going to have so much momentum. Brokarian here off the back wall. Cannot find it, but Retro Devil will follow it up. And Outlaws caught looking.
Brokarian with great pass, and Retro's going to tuck it underneath the crossbar. And the Bears are going to get that first goal again. Outlaws are going to have to play chase once more.
Outlaws have to play chase, and unfortunately for them, when they do that, they play a little antsy, and Hershey able to get the save this time here and get the ball out and away, but Retro Devil with the follow-up. That's a thankful bounce out and high and away.
That could drop in.
Hershey with Mr. T.
Retro puts it wide. That could have been a huge goal for the Bears. Brokarian gets the demo. Retro just decides to lay back with it here on the leisurely Salty Shores.
And almost gets punished for that off that dunk from Mr. T. But the Bears can
Another
afford
demo
it. And
from
Hershey goes for the demo. I mean, they may be expecting the demos, but they still are not avoiding them coming out from Hershey. But Retro Devil here on the respawn gets that ball out away from the corner after the initial shot, and a great stop there from Brokarian.
Hershey really needs to be aware.
Oh, that was a good.
There it is. I was just about to bring up, he needs to be aware of where he is on the field when he goes for the bump, so he doesn't.
He didn't even get the bump. He forced the jump from Retro Devil, just like we talked about. Turned away, and Mr. T was able to get that shot on net. And just like we talked about, sometimes you gotta fake the bump, and sometimes it's even better than getting an actual bump.
Sometimes the fake is all you need. As the Outlaws again get the equalizer. I want to say the Bears have scored first in every series, and then the Outlaws have responded. Mr. T can't get it down with the go in. He gets it off the post.
Oh no. And it
feels bad in chat. He had the entire net to shoot at.
Unfortunately, the angle being the one to cut him off there, but Mr. T getting the clear that time there, and really it's a 2-goal swing if the Outlaws do not get a goal here in the next coming transitions here. But right now, another demo coming out from Hershey. He's stepping up his aggression, if anything, here in game number 5.
He is broing for it at the moment. Full send. There's a nice stop there from Hershey. But Brokarian had the entire net to shoot at, puts it high. Another demo from Hershey. He has a chance to put it on target, but he whiffs on it.
And unfortunately for Brokarian on that shot, Mr. T was all the way on the blue half there. So completely wide open net. Unfortunate for the lack of capitalization there. Here's the chance for Mr. T, and he's gonna find it.
Where was the defense for the Bears? Oh, Brokarian whiffs.
Brokarian goes for the quick challenge. Brokarian ended up going for that quick challenge, and Hershey just calmly plays it safely into the corner, gets the pass out middle, and Mr. T gets that go-ahead goal here for the Outlaws, and they're looking to start out strong here, start the season off with a series win, but they're all bunched up right now, and Brokarian's able to take this ball into the corner.
Now Mr. T's going the other way with it, 90 seconds to go. The Bears need to find something here to avoid, I'd say, choking away this series, as I believe they were up 2-1 at one point in this series. Retro gets the flick, it's not on target. Brokarian's there. What a saucer pass from Retro to Brokarian.
And Retro just great with his flicks all series long. This time sets up his teammate for a pass. And Brokarian not gonna miss that as he gets it above the defender. And the Bears have come out very strong in each game, and it's the Outlaws stealing it away on most chances. Scoring first in nearly every game, and here's another follow-up by Retro Devil, and he finds the back of the net. And within 10 seconds, Bears have turned this game around for them and now have the lead.
Hershey just a really poor challenge. It went right off the sidewall, centered it for the Bears, and now the Bears get back in the lead.
And quite unfortunate coming out for the Outlaws. They now have 60 seconds to try and get it up. Both players miss the ball, miss the boost, and Bears will take control of it.
Mr. T plays it forward. Hershey playing close by. Oh, this one's going to pitch the other way. Now what the Outlaws want, now it's going to bounce high. Retro just going to continue to play it high and away from the Outlaws. The possession is there for the Bears. Brokarian's going to put that one in. But in the end, the Bears go up by 2 with 35 to go. That could seal the deal for the Bears.
And the Bears did a great job there of just coming out and forcing the Outlaws out of the net, playing that ball into the corner, force them out, and then just put the nice little pop shot there from Retro. And 30 seconds, 2 goals, quite the task here for the Outlaws as Mr. T's trying to get these dribble passes out to him. But as I say that, the dribble pass out to Hershey, who takes it back out and around, finds Mr. T in the middle there. 22 seconds, a lot more time than they had the last game. And just like that, this game is close once more.
The Outlaws staying alive here in Game 5 as Hershey gets the dunk. Can he get the center? No, he decides to rotate back. Mr. T will pick it up. 10 seconds ago, there goes the challenge, or the demo from Hershey. No boost from Mr. T.
He misses out.